Hi, this is IK. Welcome to the developer. You are a React Redux architect, part 3. Here is a third example. Here is a form for adding title, adding content, save form, content, save post, and you look at refresh. This is first post, second post, it is initial value, and all what we write now, it is adding posts. A little history. Our first example is decrement, increment. We know value increment, decrement. It is 1, always 1. Here is input, what we type in input box, it must be add to our counter state. Counter, counter, and now add a new post form, add post form. It is 2 input box, but really this is input box. Here is a text area, and you know from example before that here we know we need use state for local, for immutable kind mutate value of post title and content. Here is something interesting, that app, I find app, we have 2 React elements, add post form and post list. React element. We call this form of component, we call React element. But it is also, it is component. Add post form, here is a component. This script is component. And also post list, here is a component, React component, but here is visual form, it is format, we can say, element. It is element, React element. It is like HTML element, here is React element. Different is what React element begin with it is capital case, and HTML element begin with a small case. If I delete it, we see nothing. We have empty page. Now it is here, and we have a form, and we have a list post. 2 component. 2 component is sister or brothers. Hierarchy of these 2 components, they are brothers, but between them, relation between them, it is same level, but both of them are child of app component. Child of app component. Here it is also import add post, import post list, but this is not topic. This is not theme of this series of video. Theme is architecture of this element, architecture, this part of Redux React construction, React Redux architecture. Let's go to add a post. For I will delete it, and now we have only form. Adding form, it go to list, but we don't see list because we have not part, we have not component for to see a list. When I give here component, we see that that post list. At first, and now we see save post. Refresh, initial value, first post and second post. Let's go to add analyze architecture of add post form. Cut, add post form. There is a input box, text area, and logical condition that must be something, some value in both field that we can activate, that we can click save post. And we don't see now that post what just dispatch to Redux. Let's go to see that component. It is add post form. Add post form. It is our theme. Did you remember architecture of this page? This kind of page in project React Redux is import first. Import what we need, import. Export, after that export, declaration of variable add post form, declaration of object add post form, export, and in body of equal arrow function, and in body of that this all that is in body. In body of that object add post form, of that component add post form, in body we have first constant, first declaration of variable, and after that return. Constant, and after that return. Return is in return we use JavaScript extension. For constant, it is only JavaScript. For return, JavaScript extension language. It is mix HTML and JavaScript. And it is visible part of that project. It is visible part and feature. Visible part and feature. Let's go to see visible part. I must give back. Visible part is form. Feature is possibility save post. Save post again. Possibility save post. Form is HTML form, but possibility feature possibility save post, there is a JavaScript. Form HTML, features is JavaScript, and because of that we need declare variable what we need for that features save post. Here it is, add post form. And first declare, we must declare object or object variable. We must declare, and you look at only JavaScript until here. It is JavaScript object declaration and assign value to that object, to that variable, and after that, in return, we use that variable and content. It is logic, and it is architecture. You look at in architecture at first layout would be import, export, finish. It's two section, import, and all others is inside add post form, inside this object add post form. All other, and that part, there is a part of JavaScript. It is declaration of variable, and after that use that variable in JavaScript extension. Use that variable to have features, to have a functionality of our form. And now I can explain step by step. Import use state. We need use state because we have every element, input, text area, there is a value, there is a state. There is a state of this input box, and there is a state of text area. And that state we change, but must be immutable. We must mutate on immutable kind. And for that, it is use state. Because of that, we need import use state. It is hook. It is function hook, named hook. A general name for all use function would begin with use. It is hooks, and we need use state. And for what we need? We need locally on component, React component. Because of that, it is from React package. And after that, import use dispatch. Use dispatch is from React Redux package. We import that npm install React Redux. Use dispatch is from React Redux because use dispatch we use for connect Redux and React component. Use dispatch give us a possibility to create a dispatch method of store, and that dispatch method, dispatch function, take action from component, React component, take action and give that to reducer in store. Use dispatch, and this is action. This is action creator, action, result of who produced action, action object. Action creator create action object, and that action object dispatch take to, we call that action, dispatch take that action and give it to reducer in Redux store. Again, use state we need for local mutate by immutable kind. It is use state for that. Use dispatch is for dispatch action to reducer, and post added is action. Use dispatch is from React Redux, and post added is from post slice. Post slice is all about architecture and script architecture of Redux, and that architecture, post slice, counter slice, and other slice, will be next video series about that architecture. After layout of architecture, what I speak about now, what I explain is I explain step by step role of every statement. This is statement by statement, and I explain that statement. And here is declaration of object add post form and export possibility to export. Add post form equal function, arrow function without parameter, and in body of arrow function inside curly brackets here we have all other script and just say JavaScript extension, what we need for our web page, create visibility component and use features. Here it is. We declare here two variables. One is title, second in set title. We will see that title is variable properties, but set title is function. And assign that two variable equal use state. Now there is an initial value. There is no initial value. Because of that we have empty input box and text area. Because there is nothing here in title, and set title is nothing. And also for content we declare two variables, content and set content, equal use state. Again, I spoke in last video, but I can repeat. It is the structure assignment. Right side of equal equation always is assignment. Assign. We said that declare a variable equal assign value. It is right side, and it is in this row we declare two variables and assign use state function, use state hook. And here we declare two variable, content and set content, equal, again, right side is assign. We assign a use state. It is JavaScript 6, last version of JavaScript. and it is excellent because in one row, in one statement, we declare two variables with name. We give name, descriptive name, and go ahead and ahead we see how use that two variables. It was also in last example. Here it is counter.js. Look at use state. We need use state, and here it is. Increment amount, set increment amount, because we have input box. We have input box, and for that input box we must use state, and that use state, thank you for use state, we declare two variables. We can use the structure assignment. Declare for input box and declare for text area. Also, we declare dispatch object, and the right side is we assign use dispatch hook. It is function use dispatch. Constant on title changed. It is declaration of object on title change equal arrow function. Parameter of arrow function is event and in body of arrow function is set title. It is set title. Now we see that set title is function. Parameter of that function is event dot target dot value. And what is event? Event is a click. Event is a click on this button. It is event. This is event. Save post. But I said wrong. Not event is when we go out. This when with cursor go out. It is event. It is on change event. And here is all. It is not event when we click. It is focus. But when we get out, on change, it is event of title, event of text area. And on title changed, it is event. And set title, there is a parameter event. What event? On title change, get out from input box, get out from content, text area. And set title, that moment, that event, when that event happened, target.value, here it is. What is value? Value is title. Title is value. And on change, you look at it is input box. On change, it is event. It is event. On change equal object on title change. That object on title change equal arrow function. And on change equal right side is assignment to event on change, and it is call to object on title change. That object on title change equal arrow function. On change, calling on title changed, that on title changed equal arrow function, and set title, that value mutate by immutable kind. It is this statement. Set title change mutate value of input on immutable kind. Also here, declare object on content change, that object equal arrow function, and set content when happen event on change. In that moment, set content mutate value of text area by immutable kind. Here it is input. It is input. An ID, name, okay, type. But here, this is interesting for us. Value is title. Title. And the argument on change equal object, calling object on title change. On title change would be title mutate, and mutate by immutable kind. It is the role of hook use state. Also this part, text area, here it is, text area, value. Value is content. And the argument on change, it is JavaScript event on change. When our cursor get out from text area, that moment is on change, and on content change will be calling on content change, and on content change equal arrow function, and that arrow function, in body of that arrow function, set content function will mutate value by immutable kind. And here is the declaration on save post click. All that name is descriptive name. On save post click, when we get out from input box title, get out from content text area, in that moment we have possibility, because of this logic, possibility to see visible button save post. This logic said can save, object can save equal Boolean function title and Boolean function with parameter content. If title exists, Boolean of title is 1. If content exists, Boolean of content is 1. And this is a logic AND gates, we call it. Both sides must be 1, that can save be 1. And only if can save is 1, only that, in that situation we see button visible, and we can press that. Here it is, button, type button, on click. It is argument of button, type argument, on click argument, and the disable argument. Disable means there is no button, it is not visible, equal can save. Exclamation mark means no, no can save. Disable, button will be disabled if no can save, if there is no can save. It means if can save is 0. If can save is 1, in that moment button will be visible. On click, argument on click. Here is event here is on click. It is press press on left button of mouse and release. Press release. Moment release is on click. Calling on save post click and on save post click. It is object on save post click equal arrow function. No argument in body of that arrow function. We have again logic if title and content. It means title and content exist. Dispatch. Dispatch post added. Dispatch method dispatch. Parameter of method dispatch is post added. Post added is action creator. Parameter of action creator is title and content. And the dispatch method take title and content, take action to reducer. After that we set title to nothing and set content to nothing. Here it is. Save post. There is nothing here. Here we don't have a use selector because nothing coming from Redux to form. But if we want to see state post, posts, list of posts, we activate in app.js. We activate here after that lot of we activate here post list. Here it is. Now we see posts. Look at when both title and content must be, something must be inside, and after that we have save post. Look at down in list. Initial value is first post, second post. Heading, save post visible, click, title, on change, save post. And now we analyze list, post list, post list. Again, architecture is import, layout is import, and follow export, and inside that object post list we have we declare variable what we need. We declare posts. It is something what we want to see, complete list of posts, equal use selector. Here is use selector, and we need import use selector, because all what we see in that component coming from Redux, and Redux we need use selector hook, because use selector take posts and give to component, and object post, declare object post equal function use selector, and parameter of that function is state parameter. Parameter of that function is arrow function, and that arrow function there is a state for parameter, and in body there is a state.posts. And now in post, we have all posts. We have list of posts. And here is a declaration of rendered post equal posts. It is array, and every array there is a method map. Method map for parameter there is arrow function. Arrow function there is a parameter post, and in the body of arrow function we have a JavaScript extension. It is mix of HTML and JavaScript, and here it is in div article. We have key post ID, and here is a post title, and here is a post content. Only 101 character spaces, character places, because for character character is spacebar also. And here it is object rendered post, and here is a return. In return, in division section, we have post name of that part of our component, and here is in curly brackets rendered post. Rendered post here is with HTML, and it is enough only in return have this, because for formatting and design and formatting of that list we create here in that object rendered post. Dakle, this is rendered posts. Rendered posts. But most important for our series of video is developer, UI architect. It means that you look at in add post form, we have import and we have export. Also post list, we have import and we have export. Inside export we have a declaration of variable and return. Return is JavaScript extension. And it is same as before. It is architecture. Architecture is something what we can visualize. Spaghetti code is impossible visualize. Is impossible remember, because spaghetti code means that you write, create, declare variable when you need, and you go down, you go down, you programming, I need this variable, that variable, this variable born, this variable die, and go variable from variable from variable, function, 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 and you, when you finish, you look at programs work, excellent work, but behind that programs is spaghetti code, and you don't know repeat it, you don't know imagine that code, and nobody can help you if you have error, and you often you yourself cannot help, because same moment when you write variables, function variables, same moment you forget that there is no organization, and nobody know that organization, and how we can know, how anybody can know where is error. Because of that, we must work by architecture. Now is a football tournament in football tournament and a world championship, and every team go in play with architecture. What is it? Is 4 4 1 4 4 3 2. It is construction of it is architecture of team, and with architecture we know what trainer thinking, and how what is in his mind about that play in future. And here in script we must have architecture, and architecture is always important. Important is that you understand every code, every statement, but architecture is something what unified all team. Every members of team can sit down for your table and continue your work, because all team work same architecture. Before starting create software, team agree about architecture, and all work that architecture. And you close your eye and you imagine this architecture. You look at in script, look at, you write on the paper layout, import, export, declaration variable, and return JavaScript expression. And after that, you go to statement by statement. Use syntax and use grammar. Grammar and syntax, it is something connecting. And syntax is a rule of writing script, and grammar is also a rule of writing that script. And row by row, statement by statement, you write by hand with pen. You write, or you write on the new page on the screen, and write statement by statement. And after that, look at in original and compare, and you see what you write wrong, correct it again and again and again until you would be expert in typing without error. but because you know architecture, because you know structure, you go to typing in good conditions, and that architecture, that layout, that architecture give your concentration, your focus correct. And after some practice, some experience, your syntax would go without error. And when you sit down in front of interviewer, employer of in the interviewer, you said what you know, and say, I want to show you what I know. And that small part, not all what you know, but you prepare that small part, what you prepare, you explain architecture, you explain role of every statement, and you demonstrate on the white paper, you demonstrate your knowledge of syntax and coding that part. It is very important that you know how you explain, because today in team we need teacher, developer must be teacher, must be mentor, must be helper colleague. But how if he don't know explain? He can be excellent, but he don't know explain because didn't thinking about explanation. But you must thinking about explanation. How explain younger member in your team, and it is very, very value, interviewer value. And the interviewer, through that, through your explanation, through your writing of script, understanding of script, and you will be happy when speak about that. You are enthusiastic about that because you understand, you like it, and it is visible. It is cannot be hide, and when you like explain, it is something excellent, and you will welcomed to every team. And not quantity, it means not quantity demonstrate, not speak about quantity of knowledge, but speak about quality of your knowledge, and demonstrate that in small part of some script. But first must say about architecture. Say architecture. This series of video is architecture of component, of React component part connected to Redux. And after that, this series of video, I explain, I spoke about slice, about Redux architecture. Redux architecture. And after that series, with Redux architecture, and now with component, React component architecture, you will have excellent knowledge about React Redux, but also you will have experience, because every this example, maybe you write by hand, closed eye, by hand, on paper or on the screen, 10, 20 times. And if we have 5, 6, 7 examples, multiply with the 10, it is 70 times writing, 100 times writing architecture of React component in cooperation with Redux. And also you do for slice, for Redux, and it is complete. It is process of learning. I learn as that. I am teacher. I know I'm professional teacher. I am paid for teaching, and my profession was teacher, and it means that I thinking about explanation. I professional in explanation. We can like it, you don't like it. It is normal. Everybody learn how want it. But when you write book, when you create video, you must have one person as a target. For that target, you write, you record video, you write book, and that target, in my case, is me. I have idea what I like that somebody explain me. I like that somebody explain me something, and how I like that somebody explain me, I explain you. Some people like to go in a process of learning at first by definition, at first by learning grammar of language. Grammar and definition is very near, but I start with example, and explain. I want explain example for beginner, and in definition, by example I also can say about definition, but example is first. And when you heard in my explanation some word what you don't understand, what confuse you, and you want know more about that word, that phrase, you copy paste it in Google and have a lot of definition and rang list of that definition. And after that definition, you go explore deep in that way. But you can go back in my example, because today books, video, author of books, video, never plan to write all about something, because we have internet, we have a social network, we have all answer on the internet. But what we need is explanation through example. I like it. I like example. I like that kind of explanation, that kind of learning. It's all for this video. If you know somebody that need video like this one, say them. Share about this video. Write a comment. Engage, like click like or click subscription. All that, all your engagement give special value of this video, and everybody coming here to this video will see your engagement, and he compare your engagement with his, and community around this video grow, and all in that community, there is can use that thinking of community. And video, there is value of that community for a knowledge all of us is greater. Thank you for watching this video.